Paranormal. It surrounds us. It's everywhere. Tonight, you will hear from the people who live and work within these highly active locations. Paranormal. It surrounds us. It's everywhere. Tonight, you will hear from the people who live and work within these highly active locations. All in the efforts to discover America's most haunted. Most haunted. With your host, ghost hunter and author, Dan Terry.
Good evening, boys and ghouls. I am Dan Terry, your ghost host with the most haunted, and we're going, well, I guess I've been to Florida, had guests from Florida. I don't think I've had any from the Mississippi Gulf Coast, but my guest tonight is, and this is a mouthful, so hold on, Southern Specters, Paranormal Investigations and Research. And this is a team that is pretty incredible. They are a full-time team of paranormal investigators, which is very rare, based on the Mississippi Gulf Coast, and they're using a wide variety of tools to go in and debunk. That's their goal, which is great. They're going in to debunk, as you guys know as well as I do. If you can't debunk it, it may be true. There's a very good chance it'll be true. And hopefully you won't be fooled by that like I have been in the past. We've got one of the founders is Raven Bush. She's of Hopi Kiwa. I hope I pronounced that right. And Hispanic heritage as well as Celtic. So you guys can imagine, these are all, each one of these individually is a very spiritual people. And she has studied the First Nations, the Hispanic and Celtic culture. And Katie Smith, or Chris, is a 15-year investigator, and by her own words, she eats, sleeps, and breathes the paranormal. So this is going to be fun. We got some people who know what they're talking about. Let's bring them up. Here's Chris and Raven. Well, thanks for coming on. Did I pronounce that right? Okay. You
did.
Okay. Well, she'll be back in a minute, I'm sure.
Well, okay. So you got me.
Yeah, what happened? We've been talking to her for 15 minutes.
I do not know. There she is.
You guys wouldn't happen to have an attachment or something that's been messing with my computer tonight, have you?
We do have a trickster that likes to follow us around every now and then.
Well, things have happened tonight that has never happened on my shows before, so just curious. But
well,
why
expect
not?
The unexpected with us.
You never know.
Well, you all have been doing this for quite a while. What got you all started in this?
All right, Chris, you go first. Did we lose her?
When I was younger, when I was a child. Can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Hello?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. When I was younger, when I was a child, I was probably like 7 or 8, and I would see an apparition of a lady in a rocking chair at the end of my bed. And wow. I wasn't ever really scared of it. It was just, she would show up and then she would disappear. And I was like, okay, what was that? And I didn't really tell anybody. And then my mom said she'd seen the same thing. And I'm just like, okay, well, then it wasn't a figment of my imagination. And it got me really interested in the afterworld and the spirits and the things that you can't see and the unknown, I guess, is the best way to put it.
Okay.
So
Raven?
that's what led me into this. And
Got it.
oh, go ahead.
Go ahead, Raven.
Well, for me, I think strange things have happened my whole life, but growing up primarily in a Hispanic and Native American household, um, the spiritual is part of your everyday life. So I don't know, weird things follow me, weird things are always around, but spirituality has always been a center part of my life.
Okay. And y'all have gotten together where there's an investigator, a lead investigator who couldn't make it tonight. How many more you got on this team?
We have 10 people on total.
We have
on
a
our
total
team.
of 10.
Okay. And you said you're going all over the Southeast. What states have you been in now?
Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana, and Texas.
You didn't get down to New Orleans in Louisiana, did you?
Oh, well, just saying, we got some projects in New Orleans, but yes, we've been to the West Bank.
Oh, okay. Outstanding. Was about my favorite city. You've been doing this for a while.
Yeah.
You come from different, apparently very different backgrounds from what you're describing, and yet you got together. Did you guys work together and realize you had a mutual interest, or just bump into each other?
We started off with another paranormal team, and the minute we met, it was like we clicked. It's like, you're my person now. I understand you. We get each other.
Okay. So what places have you been to? I mean, we've got some video to show, but you've been to some famous places, right?
Yeah, pretty much. We've been around. A lot of our cases are still very confidential. We're under NDAs with some of them.
Okay.
Because it happens. A lot of businesses, particularly on the coast where there's a lot of tourism, don't necessarily want it to be known that they're haunted. But some places have kind of jumped on the bandwagon. We've been working with the Mississippi Gulf Coast Tourism Bureau, and they're trying to kind of promote the haunted history of this untapped location.
Well, anybody who goes into New Orleans sees the signs that says not haunted on the for sale sign or the for rent sign, or it says haunted on the sign. Being haunted is a draw. It brings people in.
It is. It's a big draw.
It is.
And yet, some of your people, some of your
trying
clients,
to get them to understand that.
Yeah.
Nope, they don't want it.
Because this is the Bible Belt. The Bible Belt has its own history, but because there's so much diversity in the culture here on the coast now, because of the casinos, tourism, and the way things have opened up recently, it's now a draw. Okay. So there are some really interesting locations that we simply can't talk about, but we do have some great locations we can talk to you about.
Okay. Well, let's pick one and chat about it.
Okay, Chris, you be the picker of the things.
Well, our biggest one is probably Stuckey's Bridge.
Okay.
Stuckey's Bridge is located just outside of Enterprise, Mississippi. It was originally built in 1850 and it was replaced in 1901. The bridge span is 112 feet. It was the only route from Meridian across the Chunky River back in the day. So if you wanted to get across the river, that was the only route you could take to get across the river. Stuckey's Bridge was also number 15 on the Travel Channel and the most terrifying places in America. And it's always in the top 3 to 5 most haunted places in Mississippi.
Okay.
And then Raven can go into the details. That's you, Rave.
All right, Jan, so what did you want to ask?
What is the particular history that makes this so haunted?
Well, it's quite fascinating. So the story goes back to the Dalton gang. Evidently, there was a member of the Dalton gang that we don't know much about, but folklore and legend says that his last name was Stuckey, so everybody just refers to him as Mr. Stuckey. Apparently, he was such a terrible person that the Dalton gang abandoned him in Enterprise, Mississippi, which is outside of Meridian, which is the larger city that it's adjacent to. And the story goes that Mr. Stuckey would lure travelers into an inn that he had built along this road, which was the only road that traveled across the river, or the Chunky Rivers, as it's called. And he would do terrible things. He would lure travelers into his inn, people along the river, and he would either poison them with mercury, or he would somehow incapacitate them, unalive them, and bury them alongside the river and steal all their gold and belongings.
Okay.
Eventually, the local townspeople caught on to his little scheme there after he had unalived about 20 plus people, and they hung him from the bridge and left him there for about between 5 to 7 days. It depends on who's telling the story.
Wow.
And then they, for people who don't know, Mississippi has this oppressive, extremely humid, hot climate. It's very swamp-like. So his body had to have been quite something rancid, and they just cut him down and let him drop into the river. So the claims are that people will see phantom lights along the riverbanks of the bridge and from the bridge. They have seen apparitions, and they hear a large splashing sound that almost sounds like a body hitting the river.
Okay. And what did you find while you all were there?
A foul-mouthed entity that wanted to tell all the things.
All right. That's my favorite type.
I like them too. I like them too. So essentially, Mr. Stuckey apparently is quite a bitter old man, bitter by what he felt was a kangaroo court. Didn't like how he was treated, but he does like shocking and awing the people that happen to come to this bridge.
Okay. So after murdering some 20 people with mercury, which is at least some with mercury, which is a horrible way to die, he's upset because he didn't get a fair trial.
Absolutely. And here's another thing about Mr. Stuckey. Now, the claims that we have gotten about Mr. Stuckey is that he's upset that his entire body count has not been disclosed. That his body count with the Dalton gang may have been closer to the 100s by the end of his career.
Okay.
Pretty interesting fellow.
And mind you, the Dalton gang only ran for 2 years. From 1890 to 1892 is when the Dalton gang ran.
Right. Yeah, I'm from Missouri. The Dalton gang is local heroes where I'm from.
Right.
Never heard of Stuckey that I recall.
Well, I mean, that's to be expected. I don't know if his story was erased to time or if it's just a local legend here along the Mississippi, Gulf Coast. However, it's pretty ingrained into the history of the state, and this bridge is one of the top 15 most haunted locations in the whole nation. So whatever the case is, Mr. Stuckey did apparently at some point ride with the Dalton gang. Maybe they did not want to be associated with somebody who was so interesting. I don't know if that's the way to word that, but
I can see the Dalton gang doesn't want to get their name mixed up with a murderer. That's not quite gonna fly either.
Well, I mean, actually, he was a serial killer when you stop and think about it.
Okay. No, and that makes more sense. Yeah, I mean, they were killing for profit. Well, he was killing for profit too, I guess so.
Right.
I've got
But
a
also
video. Yeah, go ahead.
technique is another thing. It's all in your techniques. How are you doing it? Are you doing it righteously? Are you like jumping those trains and robbing them righteously, or are you poisoning people with mercury and then strangling them? That's kind of not cool.
I wonder if it comes down to
And
he
help.
enjoyed it.
That too.
Yeah.
Good point.
Yeah. I mean, the Daltons were Confederate guerrillas, but hey, maybe they were nice guys on the side. I don't know.
We don't know.
Mhm.
But evidently they didn't like Mr. Stuckey and they abandoned him in Enterprise, Mississippi.
I've got a video that's on a bridge. Is that the Stuckey's Bridge?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. It's about 44 seconds long. I'm going to play it, and then we can discuss it.
You don't get a cigarette. You know why? You can tell Ed. Yeah? My friend.
I'm not your friend. You may think I am.
How rude.
Rude?
Friend.
No, you're not a friend. What did I call you a while ago? You're a piece of you-know-what.
So, antagonize much?
Well, Christy, we call her the antagonizer. It's her specialty, but she knows I can handle it.
Now, are you, either one of you, sensitive? Do you sense, hear, feel the spirits, feel their anger, anything like that?
I don't claim to be any kind of sensitive. We do have psychic sensitives with our team, but I don't make those claims.
Okay. How about you, Chris?
No, I don't make those claims either. We do have Mandy is pretty much a full intuitive psychic.
Okay.
On our team.
She's downright clairvoyant. Let's be honest.
Yes.
She is killer.
She is.
Okay.
She can see and talk to.
Okay. So the foul language you was getting from this guy, was it coming over EVPs? Was it coming over a ghost spirit box? Something like that?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
It was
in all the ways.
Yes.
I'm not sure. It sounds like a fun ghost to me.
He's very interesting. I do like doing Estes with Mr. Stuckey because it allows me to hear his perspective one-on-one.
Okay.
And I don't mind the potty mouth, to be honest with you. I am a sailor's daughter.
There you go. All right. I've got another one that I believe come off the bridge. It's still the Estes method. It's 2 minutes, 24 seconds long. Do you know what it is off the description, or you want me to play it first?
I believe this is when Mr. Stuckey set off our Flux 2, and he was kind of wanting to brag about it, but Chris, in her normal antagonistic way, kind of castrated him verbally.
Yes.
All right, so we will hear that, right, Chris?
Yes, you will hear that.
Okay. Is there anything here that people don't want to hear? Because I got Christians and children listening to this.
There are no curse words.
Oh, well, I wouldn't mind the curse words, but the castrating we want to keep to a minimum. All right.
Her antagonizing is quite good.
Okay. All right. Well, let's check this one out. We'll talk about it in a minute.
Flux 2 is red. Mm-hmm. Bitch wears iron. This bitch can wear iron. I have iron. You know. Yeah, I do know. Why don't you just go away? Let me talk to somebody else. I won't. You will. You may have been
big and bad, and you actually weren't really big and bad. You were a coward by the way you handled things, and you did what you did. You're nothing but a coward.
I know.
Yep, you are.
I'm famous.
Yeah, you're famous for disgusting acts.
So?
We don't care about you. We care about your victims. You're nothing. You're nobody.
He called you a lady of the night with the H word.
Oh! How about that? You think that offends me? Nice try.
Indian?
Indian, what about it? You have a
I
problem with
want it.
You want what? I want you to go away. You're disgusting.
No.
Yes. You disgust me.
So?
So go away and let me talk to somebody else. You're so big and bad, how about you sit off one of our devices? Got one right behind Raven, got one down there at the end of the bridge, got one down there at the end of the bridge.
I did.
You did? Yeah? Set off the flux too? Big, bad Mr. Stucky.
Red light.
Yep, red light. It's a red light.
You know.
Yeah, I know. I know.
Okay. Is there other spirits out there besides his?
Yes.
Yes.
And who else is out there? Victims?
Yes.
Yes.
One is named Maggie, and she apparently has a brother by the name of Bartholomew,
Okay.
and we've come in contact with them a couple of times.
Okay.
But Mr. Stuckey, he is the star of his own show, so he doesn't want to share the stage with anybody.
Is he a
does kick
stronger
them out.
spirit then?
Yes.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
definitely.
And how do you all handle that? Obviously, you've gotten to talk to Bartholomew and Maggie.
Well, you know what? It's all in your technique. And Chris's technique is on point. I'm just
Okay.
saying. She doesn't take crap from anybody.
Well, I wish I had you on some of my investigations. I've stalked a serial killer ghost through 2 different locations, and she was a fun one. So wish you'd been there for
Oh,
that.
wow.
Yeah, I'm
Well,
blunt to
yeah,
the point, and I don't take any. I mean, I demand answers, and I demand answers in a certain way. And if I don't want to talk to you, I just want you to go away, and I demand you go away.
Okay. Got one in an old brewery back in Missouri that really disliked me and tried to pick up the meter and stab me with it.
Oh, sounds like fun.
Wow.
I want to go.
The sensitive I had with me said, Dan, don't turn your back on him. He'll stab you. And I turned my back on him and said, go ahead, do your worst or something. And the thing went beep, 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 like he was trying to grab it. So
Wow.
it was kind
That
of
sounds like fun.
oh yeah, I've had a lot of fun on those things. I love dealing with the mean ones because I don't feel
Yes.
bad about antagonizing them.
Absolutely.
So where else have you done where you've come across spirits like that? Or have you come
Well-
across many mean, cruel ones?
We do run across the occasional trickster,
Okay.
and we enjoy those. But that's not for your audience, for
Okay.
sure.
Well, tell me that when you say trickster, are you referring to elementals that do that kind of thing, or are you talking about humans that were that turnip?
No, definitely non-human entities that are of,
Okay.
like a trickster origin.
Okay. Oh, I'll have to find out more about that. I'm not sure I'm following that one. All right. but
Never
ladies,
been
I'm gonna-
human.
What's that?
They've
Yeah,
never
never
they've
been
never
human.
been human.
Okay. In my limited thing, I'm not sure about elementals. There's demonics, angelics, and humans. And maybe elementals,
Yeah.
I'm just not sure. I've never dealt with anything like that, although I've talked to people who have. So I'm not quite sure what you're talking about when you say tricksters?
I think a lot of times elementals, especially the trickster ones, based on your theological beliefs and your spiritual beliefs, are often categorized into the demonic category.
Mm-hmm.
But, I think that my spiritual beliefs are a little more open. And I found with our team, our beliefs are far more open because we've encountered some really weird stuff, man. Like really weird. So sometimes you have to question your own sanity, and sometimes you have to question your beliefs and realize that maybe the spiritual world is bigger than what we think it is.
I have no doubt. This is what
Definitely.
I know about. So
Absolutely.
it's like when you only have a hammer, every problem looks like a nail. So,
You know what? That's right. Yeah.
It is.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
I got to step away for just a minute. If you all wait here, I got to do a couple of commercials. I'll be right back and we'll play some more of these videos. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Be right back. Yeah. I've only dealt with, like I said, angelics, demonics, and this. You remember my friends down in West Virginia had some kind of creature. It was like a shadow cat that was in the barn, and it wasn't a cat. It was some kind of creature. I don't remember the name, but if you took care of it, if you was treating it nicely, it protected the place. If it got mad, it could even start fires. And he said that was elemental from Ireland or Scotland or something. So there's a whole world of this I get going on into the things we base our genies on, the jinn. There's a lot more, and I get that. I haven't dealt with it yet that I'm aware of. So I don't know what to say. But I do know what to show, and y'all watch this, and I'll be right back.
The new book, How to Research a Haunted House by paranormal investigator Margie Kay and professional researcher Violet Wisdom, is now available from Unex Media. This one-of-a-kind book explains how to do research on a house with uncommon methods and resources used by historic home researchers, and how to determine who may be doing the haunting and why. How to Research a Haunted House can be used by homeowners, renters, investors, and it should be in the library of all professional paranormal investigators. Get this unique book at unexmedia.com or amazon.com. That's unexmedia.com or amazon.com. The Unex Network presents a health and wellness spiritually based brand of hemp-derived CBD products made by Hopewell Farm in Harrogate, Tennessee. We apply our Cathara energy work with all of our plants and products. Our products made in small batches with only 2 ingredients of pure hemp, full spectrum crude oil, and coconut-derived MCT oil. Third-party lab tested for potency and legal THC levels with 6 strengths of 1 ounce oil to choose from. Know what you're buying and get what you pay for from Hopewell Farm. Applied directly to a specific area, Hopewell Farm topical salve in 1 ounce and ½ ounce sizes, made with pure hemp crude oil, comfrey extract, and all natural ingredients. Find the Hopewell Farm link and coupon code on the Unex Network website at unexnetwork.com. That's unexnetwork.com.
All right, friends, at the end of the show, we'll discuss joining the Unex Network, something I hit you up on every week, but there's so much going on there. There is some changes coming, new shows coming, and just a lot of new things coming up. And some of it, even I'm not. They haven't even told me yet. They just said, be patient, it's coming. And that'll start after the first of the year, and we'll talk more about that in a little bit. But for right now, I want to get back to Chris and Raven because I'm enjoying the stories, and I've got some cool videos we need to pull up here. And I've got one. It's a 3-second EVP. What does it say? Keep out or keep? I don't remember what the words were right now. I'll have to watch it again. Let me. Yes. What's the basis of that? What was going on?
That was at the 100-Man Hall. The 100-Man Hall was built in 1922. by the 100 members debating benevolent association. It was for African Americans, and they helped bury their dead and stuff. Which later
Okay.
on, after World War II, it turned into a music venue for Black musicians, and it ran in the Chitlin circuit. There was a lot of big names that played there, including like Ike and Tina Turner, um, Etta James, B.B. King, Ray Charles, Chuck Berry, um, and
Don't forget Jimi Hendrix.
Jimi Hendrix, Janis Joplin, and I'm trying to think of Big Joe Turner, Guitar Slim. I mean, there's a whole slew of them that played there. Um,
Okay.
and we were called to this location because they were experiencing noises, apparitions of objects moving, um, and things like that. So we investigated that location.
Okay. Well, let's check this one out and tell me why they said that. That's a very rough voice. Any idea why he was saying that? What was the question you asked or comment made? Do you know?
I think it was
Actually,
the
when
points of contention.
yes. And I'm not even sure we were even in session when that came through. I think we just finished a session when that came
Okay.
through.
I believe we finished the session where we were talking to the Buffalo Soldier. When we were outside of the building, we caught that EVP.
Okay. And the Buffalo Soldiers were, of course, African American cavalry from 1860 to what, maybe 1880, 1890?
Yes.
Okay.
There was a point of contention with me. The soldier there was not too thrilled with me. He knew my Native American heritage, and I don't know if a lot of people know the history of the founding of the Buffalo Soldiers, but they were primarily used to fight in the Native American wars
Okay.
and subdue the Native Americans, particularly in the Southwest. So he wasn't too thrilled with me being there, didn't really want to talk to me, kind of kicked me out of a session. But luckily,
Oh,
Christy's grandson saved the session because he is half African American.
okay.
So we were able to reestablish that connection and kind of work out a peace deal between us. The Buffalo Soldiers, a lot of people don't know, their primary goal was to make sure that the Indian problem was solved for the American government. And
Okay.
in the Southwest, the Indian problem was a little bit deeper than what it was on the East Coast because Spain had been ruling in the Southwest for a long time, and those Indians had already been integrated into European culture. They spoke Spanish, they were Catholic for the most part, and really were able to fool the American government into believing they were Mexican. So trying to discern what was going on was very difficult and problematic for them. And then you had the tribes like the Kiowa, the Chiricahua, and you know, that just really wanted to maintain their autonomy.
Okay.
And
So,
unfortunately for
anyways,
Raven, she's like across the board everything they were hunting.
yeah, pretty much. They were supposed to get rid of the Mexican problem as well, and sorry, that's on my grandfather's side of the family. So yeah,
And if New York later was any example, they didn't much like the Irish either.
probably not, probably not. But you know, it is what it is. American history is complex, it's deep, and there are spiritual scars all over the country. So I guess that's why we have the hauntings that we do.
Okay. Well, let's check this one out.
this clip is very fascinating because if you look at the water's edge, you'll see a phantom light that comes out from the pond.
Is that the one
On
crawling
the
up
back
the
side of the
stream?
pond.
Yeah.
Yes, it's crawling up the tree
Yes.
lines. You can
You'll
definitely
see
see
it
the
coming out
insects
of the
flying
water.
around. The insects flying around kind of give a better perspective of what we're looking at because this thing moves in a way that the insects are not moving.
Yeah. Slowly changes their direction.
Right. It's methodical and it's with intent.
I mean, this is only a brief clip, but we did catch it on film for almost an hour. So I think it was like 55 minutes total.
Did it stay on screen all this time, 55 minutes? Because it seems to be
Yes.
moving
Yes.
towards the tops.
Yes, it's actually fitting a profile because when we go out, we like to build profiles on what we're dealing with. It fits a very specific profile.
And what do you think this is crawling slowly up the trees or outside the trees?
There is local folklore amongst the Choctaw people that talk about the Koe Anakasha, which is the little folk. I think the Celtic people would have called them the fairy folk.
Mhm.
And there are different like categorizations and subsects of this particular Koe Anakasha. This is either a Nalusa Fayala, which is attributed to like basically swamp gas. And we were able to rule out swamp gas because we did
Yeah.
test for gas in that area along with electromagnetic fields. And we weren't picking up anything that was environmental that would lend credibility to the fact that it was swamp gas. So it would lead us to believe that maybe it was the Hashok Akoa Hugai, which is basically the Choctaw way of saying will o' the wisp. And in our sessions, what we discovered through the spirit box was that this thing kind of fit that profile where it was trying to lead us off the walking path. It was trying to lead us into the woods. And what was really cool about this is you had the pond that we were viewing, and basically this whole neighborhood was complaining about this phantom light. Like, what is this light? Is it drone? Is it not a drone? Is it something else? And our cameras didn't pick up drones. We didn't see any drones when we were out there, but we did pick up the phantom light. And so these things like to visit like ponds, creeks, rivers, and those sorts of things. They don't particularly like stagnant water. So that's where the swamp gas theory kind of crumbles because we know we get swamp gas from stagnant water. And according to this legend, what this thing does is if you see it, it'll lead you astray and you'll get lost forever.
Okay. I've heard that kind of a legend prior to that also. So of the fairy folks.
That's the round pond going on in the city area. Or now apparently the whatsoever. So was that you setting up the round pond?
Okay, what kind of place is that? Got the skull.
Yeah. That was the 100-man hall.
Okay.
It was the REM pod going off. I believe, if I remember correctly, that one was in association with a gentleman named Joseph Edison Walker. I
You
believe.
talked about him in one of the clips, yeah.
Yes. He was a doctor in Indianola, Mississippi. He was also the founder of the Universal Life Insurance Company, and that was founded in 1923, and it became the fourth largest insurance company for African Americans. He was also the founder of the Tri-State Bank in 1946. He ended up being shot and killed by a former friend in, it was on July 28th of 1958 in Memphis in his office. But we did get his full name through sessions.
Okay. Let's see. I think I got another one. Let me try this one.
Thank you, please reset the rod. I'm so sorry about that. I'm not doing anything, I promise you. Is that you by the run pod? Yes. Yeah, I hate that you will not have faith in your kid. Thank you, please reset the rod. I think we get out.
And what was you dealing with right there? The same spirit?
No, that was the Buffalo Soldier.
Oh, okay. Okay. And let's try this one.
Joseph, do you remember the tales of the guitar player who sold his soul at the crossroads for a gift?
It's a creature.
Yes, it's a creature.
Thank you. Please reset the rods to center.
Thank you for answering that. Okay. Did that tale actually happen? Was it true? Was that a true story?
Yes.
Thank you for answering that.
Thank you. Please reset the rods.
This leaves transcripts, right?
Yes.
So, okay,
It's
good.
all recorded and saved on my phone.
Perfect. Okay, so
Bridle.
Bridle.
like a horse bridle. Okay. I'm trying to think of how to phrase this. Did the gentleman who sold his soul, did he sell it to something that was not necessarily what we would consider the devil?
No.
No. Okay, thank you for answering that.
Thank you. And please reset the rods to center.
Okay, here's another question. Did he maybe sell his soul to Papa Legba? Is it Papa Legba? Do you know who I'm talking about? No. Okay, thank you for answering that.
Thank you. Please reset the rods to center.
Did he in fact sell his soul to the devil? The devil. Okay,
Yes.
thank you for answering that.
In the sitting area.
Thank you. And
Run pod?
please
The run
Okay.
pod was in the sitting area.
reset the
Okay.
rods back to center.
Residual. Let us rest.
Let us rest.
Residual.
Residual.
So that story is just like, is that a residual type thing? Is that what you're telling us? The story's,
Yes.
Thank you for answering that.
Thank you. And please reset the rods back to center.
Okay, so we're saying Robert Johnson didn't sell it to Satan himself?
He did, in fact, sell it to the devil.
Okay.
I was
Yes.
trying to clarify that because there is a misconception that he might have sold his soul to like Papa Legba, but
Mhm.
no, apparently he did sell his soul to the devil.
Okay. Okay. And the guy you was talking to there, the spirit you was chatting with, would be in a position to know that?
Absolutely. That was Mr. Joseph Edison Walker.
Okay.
And if he was a banker, he would have probably been involved in the founding of the 100 Men Hall and sustaining it financially.
Okay. But did Robert Johnson have much to do with that? He died very young.
He did. He was
Um,
part of the 27 Club.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of ironic that there was another guitar player that played in that hall that was part of the 27 Club. And that would be Jimi Hendrix.
Of course. Okay.
And
So
Janis
the question
Joplin
is-
was, and Janis
She-
Joplin was
Janis
part of the
Joplin.
27 Club, and she also played there.
It'd be interesting to see how many others who weren't nearly as famous may have passed away at that age.
True. But Robert Johnson, I think it's fascinating that his songs kind of relayed a message to us. Like he was trying to tell us something between his song, The Crossroad Blues, Hellhound on My Trail, and Me and the Devil Blues. What was he saying? And also, we don't know for a fact if he did play at the Hunter Men Hall, but it would be implied that he probably did, because accurate records weren't necessarily kept in the 1930s of who came in and out of that place. And
But he did play
believe-
on the Chitlin circuit.
Okay.
right. And the Chitlin Circuit was definitely a big thing. The Hunter Men Hall was a massive hall for
Okay.
that kind of thing. So
Now let's
I don't
check
know.
this one. Yeah, that was intriguing, and Robert Johnson's always been interesting to me. I actually went down to the
I love
Crossroads
him. Yeah, I love his music.
and his history and the
Absolutely.
crazy death. It's wild. Let me check this one.
Absolutely.
I'm not sure if we've done this one yet. I think this was the one we just did. Let's try it here.
Somebody's grandmother bakes pie.
Edison?
Is that your last name? Is Edison your last name? Is your name Joseph Edison? Thank you so much for telling us that.
Thank you, and please reset the rods back to center. I just got chills.
I affect the animals.
Joseph Edison.
Come on with it, please.
He would have been a...
Joseph Edison Walker was a leading African American physician, businessman, and religious leader.
From here?
Let me see.
But he didn't live during the Civil War.
Practiced as a
Oh,
doctor.
yes,
in
he did.
Mississippi.
Oh, my gosh. Are we speaking to Mr. Joseph Edison Walker?
Yeah, I really love. I use dowsing rods in conjunction with K2 meters also, and I love when the two confirm each other. I've got
Absolutely, yeah.
tons of video of that. So Edison was around during the Civil War. He must have been fairly young at that time.
He was. He was indeed very young. Probably a child.
And then worked his way up to banker, doctor.
Yeah, he was a doctor, and he was also the founder of the life insurance company and the founder of Tri-State Bank.
Okay.
So he was born in 1880.
Okay. I got to give him credit. So if he was born in 1880, then he was after the Civil War, but right in the middle of the Jim Crow laws.
Absolutely, yes.
Not to mention the Klan was very active in that area.
Yes.
You know, it's so strange because, like, I'm not from this area, neither is Christy. But when we come across this type of stuff, it's really heavy. Like, there's a lot of sorrow, a lot of heartbreak, and I don't know. These spirits, they definitely want their story told because nobody's ever cared to tell their story.
And maybe you all need to consider a book or something, or at least articles in magazines about some of what you've determined and get the word out.
I think so. I think it's very important to tell the stories of the departed, especially when they've lived such harsh lives.
Harsh lives, but think about what that man accomplished in his life.
No, he did. I mean, honestly, the odds were against him, particularly in the Deep South.
Yes.
During the Jim Crow era. Like, that's crazy what he accomplished.
It really is. Now, we talked earlier, and before we end, which we're coming up to the end of it, you all have your own podcast coming out.
We do.
And
we do.
Coming in January 2026. And go ahead, tell everyone the name of it.
It is Two Grandmas, a Hippie, and a Haunting.
All right. And do you know where it's going to be available?
It will be available on Podbean, Spotify, and Apple.
Okay. Well, that's the main
as well
ones.
as YouTube. And YouTube also. You can't forget the YouTube.
When we get closer and it's ready to come out, that's 2 months away. Let me know so we can talk about it again.
That would be super cool.
Oh, I'd love to. So is this going to be an interview type like I do, or is this going to be telling the stories like I don't know, the guy who does the campfire, Jim Harold? What's the basic idea of this one?
We are going to talk about our cases and tell the stories. The
Okay.
idea is to get the stories of the entities that we talked to out there for people to know what happened.
Okay. Do you think you have enough stories to really do that? Is this going to be a like weekly show, or is this just when you get a story, you put it out?
It'll probably be monthly.
Okay.
And we do have a lot of stories. Chris and I have been doing this for a very long time together. So we've uncovered quite a bit of stories. And hopefully by then, it looks like some of our NDAs will be released and we'll be able to tell all the gory details.
Okay. I can't wait to find out, because from what you're saying, you've got plenty of those. Raven and Chris, thanks for being on. I appreciate you guys being here and telling us the story.
Well, thank you, Dan. It was great.
Thank you for having us.
What's your next plan? What have you got targeted now?
Oh,
Or
we
can you
have
say
so
it?
many investigations. It's not even funny. We are booked solid through April of 2026, and we have Coast Con in Biloxi, Mississippi in March coming up,
Okay.
2026. So we will be at Coast Con giving a paranormal experience people have never had.
And can you tell me what that is?
We are going to be offering a sensory deprivation booth where people can go in and try the Estes method and explore and play with our equipment.
Are you going to be at a place that's haunted then?
Oh, the
Mississippi
Coliseum is
Coast
very
Coliseum
haunted.
is
Okay.
extremely haunted. Yeah, it was actually on Ghost Hunters on the Travel Channel.
Okay. Well, it sounds exciting. It sounds like you guys got some great plans. Please keep me informed, and let's get back together before January for your first show so we can talk about it, okay?
Sounds great, Dan.
Absolutely. Thanks.
Would you wait there? I'll be right back with you as soon as I finish up with the folks here, and we'll talk some more.
Okay.
Okay.
Wow, that's a lot. And I was really interested in the Mr. Edison, considering that the time he came up in and yet was managed to accomplish so much. That's unbelievable. It's incredible. You gotta give the man credit for that. And my friends, I do want to chat once, just real briefly, about joining the UNX network. And honestly, we have changed the name, and I keep saying that, but it's the Unexplained Network. And they changed that because apparently folks had a hard time understanding what UNX meant. But I mean, we knew, but other people don't. So it's the Unexplained Network, and it's on all the regular podcast channels, plus YouTube and Rumble. And it's got a lot of shows on it. If you join up, go to unxnetwork.com, drop down on the front page. You can join up there. You get access to first off, you get access to the blog, which, and I tell you every time, it's burning up. There's so much wild stuff going on. We covered the Tic Tacs. We got that thing coming into our solar system now that some people are thinking it's not acting like it acts like it's under some control. And I can't remember what it's called, but we also had the winged humanoids being seen around the country, Kansas, over the Missouri River, over in Las Vegas, Mothman type creatures, and a lot of stuff like that. Whenever anything comes up, it goes to the blog. We get the newsletter, which comes out almost daily, if not daily, and it talks about what shows are going to be on and brings up things, this happened in history on this day, or just interesting paranormal stuff like that. Plus, you get the magazine. Now, this comes out every other month, sometimes more often. And the magazine is got a lot of good writers, and they even let me throw an article in on occasion. This one on the left here, the darker one, I did an article, 2 articles for that one, actually. It was an October issue. And that one was, one of the articles was on the battleship North Carolina here in Wilmington. And the other one was Legends of Halloween. And I'm not talking the legends of Halloween you might be thinking of, like the Headless Horseman or whatever. This is the stories of razor blades in apples, poison in the candy. Every one of those old legends, cults going to kidnap blonde-haired, blue-eyed kids. That was really big when I was a child back in the 70s. And where those come from and where that acorn of truth is that was built into something ridiculous. But that's the kind of articles we write. And the other one there was all about time and UFOs and time travel. As you can see, Lee Spiegel, before he passed, of course, was writing for us. I had an article in this one on haunted dolls, which creeped me the hell out. And this one, The Last Call at the Devil's Diner, I had investigated the old Tri-County truck stop on Route 66 in Missouri from the last day it was open for business. I got to go in and ghost hunt it, was back multiple times, very haunted, seen some wild stuff in there. I've had a couple of shows about it. But in March of this year, it got hit by a tornado, and it is all but destroyed. So I put in my last article on that with some of the stuff I hadn't talked about yet. A lot of good stuff in these magazines from a lot better writers than me. So no reason to wait. unxnetwork.com, drop down on the front page some, and you can join up. And there's different ways to join up on there. Other than that, I'm going to go talk to Chris and Raven a little bit because it's really interesting. And I do have to go back now. So I want you all to kind of enjoy the time that it's not Halloween, even though we all love this time. It's nice to have the stress level down. We're not going to the haunted things. We're not looking for the haunted tours now. A lot of them do go all year. You need to watch for them and try and jump in there. Like the ones I work for are always for charities. So look around, see what you've got. And I guess, guys, if I had to end you with any kind of advice, it would be just stay spooked. See ya.